Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well. Today I'm just sitting here getting ready to play golf tomorrow. I haven't played golf in about 3 months and I haven't been able to really film anything. I film a lot of golf content, so my camera and all my equipment's been pretty much put away, but it's been a long time since I've gone through it and organized it. So I started pulling everything out and I was like, well, what a better time to do a video on what's in my camera bag. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm excited about it. I've been looking forward to this for a while. I know some of you guys have been asking me what I use out there to create content, so I'll go over that with you. But I'll start out real quick. I'm not going to go over details on every single item. I do have a lot of items, way too much. It's ridiculous. If you have any questions, definitely leave me a comment below. And if you want me to do any kind of review on any of the items I'm going to show you guys in the gear, I'll be more than happy to do a video on it. So we'll start out with the gear I used when I first started my YouTube channel, and that was my phone. This is a LG G6. Pretty much all I had was this, the tripod, and an external mic, and I've used this on several of my first videos. Worked fine. I highly recommend any of you guys and gals out there that are starting your YouTube channel, you know, start it with your phone. Don't go out and waste your money on expensive camera gear and stuff like that. You don't need it, especially right off the bat. You know, you need more practice and just getting used to actually creating content, and then you can always upgrade from there. But this is what I used. I actually just purchased a new phone I'm excited about. I'm kind of sad to put this one away. This was an awesome phone. Rest in peace, LG. I wish you still made phones, but unfortunately they're out of the phone business. So I picked up this Sony Xperia 1 Mark III. This phone is a beast. The camera modes on this phone is incredible. I'm going to be doing a first impressions of this coming up pretty soon, so look forward to that. I'm going to be using this for just a secondary camera. Alright, so we're going to go over my actual camera, my main camera I use, and that's actually what you're looking through right now. That's my Canon M50, but I got to hook up my other camera, which is, we're going to hook up the Xperia 1 Mark III. Let me go ahead and switch that out, that way I can show you the camera. Alright guys, this is my main camera. It's the Canon M50. It's a mirrorless camera. It's actually a really small camera, really lightweight, but I have a different lens on it than it came with, and I also have, if you see this cage around it, have that. This cage actually helps if you want to mount anything like you know, this big battery bank, if you want to mount a light to it, microphone, and any other accessories, maybe an external monitor if you wanted to. But it's cool. It's very cool. It actually protects the camera too. If you drop it, it almost wraps around the whole entire camera. You can see on the sides and on the bottom. And also with this M50, without the cage, it's kind of hard to grip. I have small hands, but I know even people with like bigger hands, they were complaining about like it was just very hard to grip. But with this cage, you actually get a much bigger grip. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but see how it comes out a lot further. So it's very easy to grip. I have this battery bank up here. The main reason I use this is the regular batteries it comes with are pretty small, very lightweight though. This camera, if you use it without this battery bank, this camera's like super light. And these small batteries, I mean, they'll last, I don't know exactly how long, but I would say, I guess if you're recording, probably maybe 3 hours if you were doing video before they die. But you can actually upgrade this. I got these batteries. These are 1500 milliamps. The ones it comes with, I think it's like 12 something. Let's see. Yeah, 1275 I think is the milliamp that the Canon M50 does come with, but they offer, you can buy aftermarket. They're cheaper and they hold a lot more power too. So you'll get more life out of the aftermarket ones than you will in the Canon. You know, I got tired of, because I film a lot out there on the golf course, and I just got tired of like switching out batteries, you know, once or twice during the round. So that's what I have this on. That way I don't have to worry about it. I can just let it run, and I got plenty of battery. The battery bank I use is Anchor. I have another one here too. This is actually the first one I bought. These come in handy. I mean, great for like charging your phone. They have two chargers on it, so you can charge two things at once. This one has the same thing. It's got two chargers on the back. I'd highly recommend. Anker's a pretty good product, and this thing will last all day, no problem. I could probably run it full for probably like 3 days without having to recharge it. Canon M50 is pretty nice too. It's got the flippable screen, so it's convenient. You know, if you're vlogging, you can see yourself, which is very nice. One issue that I have with this, as far as the screen rotation, is the microphone jack right here. It's just, sometimes it gets in the way. You know, if you want to twist, because this will twist up or down, but this kind of gets in the way if you want to go down the other way with this plugged in. So when I film, I mainly just keep it like that unless I specifically want it out for some reason. But it's got a ton of settings. It does film in 4K, only at 24 frames a second. I haven't tested it out. You know, the reviews on it weren't great. It's like super cropped when you're filming in 4K, and I just don't have a reason to film in 4K at this moment. I do everything in 1080p. Main reason is, for my YouTube videos, most people out there watch YouTube on their phones or the laptops, and they're not really watching on their TV with a 4K display. But actually, I'm just thinking about, because the phone that I got to does have 4K, so I may actually do some videos in 4K, just experiment with it. And also, with editing too, that's a big deal. You know, 4K takes a lot more space, a lot more time to render, so that's another thing you have to consider. This microphone here, it is I think it's a Movo. Yeah, it's a Movo. This model is a VXR10. Cheap microphone. I think I paid like $30 for it, but it comes with a dead cat on here. It also comes with just the foam cover, or you can just pull it off completely, you don't need it. But dead cat comes in handy big time, especially on windy days. Microphone works out great. It doesn't need a power supply, just plugs right in to your camera, or if your phone has a 3.5mm jack, it'll plug into that, no problem. Sound quality is okay. I've never had an issue with it. Yeah, the camera, the only real issue with this camera is the 4K capability, and you know, this microphone jack and the battery life. You might want to consider that. But everything else, it's a great starter camera if you guys are looking to get into photography, or you know, cinematography as well. This is, I think, even today, I bought this probably 2 years ago, but even right now, it's probably the best camera you can buy for the money. I think I paid somewhere around like $800, but I got the camera, I got the lens, the kit lens it comes with, I got a whole bunch of accessories. I think I got some ND filters, I got a bag, a carrying case, I got extra batteries, got the battery charger, loads of other stuff. So if you're buying the Canon M50, there actually is a second version. I think it's called the Mark II or something, the M50 Mark II. Not sure it's about the differences. I don't think it's a whole lot of difference in the actual camera. But whatever one, if you guys are looking to get an M50, I would definitely get the kit with the kit lens. This is the actual kit lens it comes with. This is a 15 to 45mm lens, and it's actually pretty decent. It's got in-body stabilization, the whole kit with the M50. I think it's like $100 more, and you're getting this right here alone is worth $100. So it's a very good lens. I used this for a while when I first got my M50. Didn't have a problem with it. The only issue I had was the low light capability. It doesn't really do well in low light just because of the aperture. I think the aperture, the lowest setting is like 3.5 on this. That was one of the main reasons I switched lenses. I got this Sigma right here, 16mm. It's a prime lens. Great lens for the money. It's a prime lens, so you know there's no zoom capability. It's got a manual focus ring on here if you guys are into photography, or you know if you guys like to use manual focus in videos too. It's really smooth. This ring right here is very smooth, and it's heavy. It's actually, the lens is heavier than my camera. It's solid. Aperture is 1.8, so it's got really good low light capabilities. Actually, I have another one right here. If you're asking why I have two of the same lenses, I ran over my camera a couple years ago, and the camera was fine. I had the cage on it, didn't, I ran it over with a golf cart. And my camera survived, but the lens, this lens did not. Here's my broken lens. Poor guy. You can see like damages. Even the ND filter I have on here got like cracked. The actual lens didn't. The only thing that messed up was right here. This part came loose. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know anybody that fixes lenses. Leave me a comment, guys. If you guys know anybody out there that repairs lenses, let me know. So yeah, I'd recommend this lens. This is great in low light. It's got this pretty wide, 16 millimeter. This crop factor on this Canon M50 is a 1.6 crop factor, so you're not getting a true 16 millimeter focal lens. It's going to be cropped in a little bit. Yeah, if you guys are interested in hooking up a battery bank to the Canon M50, all you really need is a conversion cable. This cable, I wish they would make, I think they probably do make a smaller one, but the one I found was, it's a really long cable, so I have it wrapped around the lens. But pretty much it just plugs in down here. This is where the actual battery goes. This small battery right here, it's actually replaced by something that looks exactly like this, but it's got a hole in the bottom, and that's where the power bank plugs into. You can also plug into the wall as well, so you can just film all day long if you wanted to without draining your battery. So you can plug it into the wall, or you can plug it into a battery pack. Alright, I'm going to switch back to my regular camera, and we'll look at something else. Alright, you guys are back on the Canon M50. Let's move on. Actually, right before we move on to the next thing, while we're talking about the cameras, I want to go over the ND filters I have. I have variable ND filters for my camera. K&F Concept, here's one of them. This one is a 2 to 400 and works really well. See how dark that gets? But I use these all the time when I'm filming outside. I think it's very important. If you guys want to upgrade your quality of your videos, this is how you do it right here. Great when you can't control the light. This is going to help. You can have your camera open as much as you want, your aperture, as long as your ND filter will go dark enough. They make standard ND filters and they make variable ones. The variable ones is like this, where you can adjust it, lighter or darker. I like these because I'm filming usually like throughout the day, so the light's changing, and sometimes it's cloud cover and the sun comes out, so rather than trying to like switch out ND filters, or you're stuck with just one, you can leave shutter speed the same, you can leave your ISO the same, and your aperture the same, and all you got to do is just control this. If it gets darker, you just lighten it up and turn to a lighter setting or lighter stop. Very, very easy, very good tool. This other one I have, this is actually the first one I got. Same brand, K&F Concepts. This one's an ND8 to ND2000. This one gets really dark. The lightest setting is like that, but it gets super dark. And this is great, like if you want to take pictures of like waterfalls and you want to get that blur in the water, you can have your shutter speed, or slow your shutter speed down while you're taking your pictures, and this will actually help with the light. Alright, so let's get into the drone. Okay, Mavic Mini. This is the original Mavic Mini. I think it's the Mavic Mini SE. This thing's a beast. It's been great. Never had any issues with it. Actually, I'll take that back. The only issues I've had was sometimes with the props when I first got this drone. Occasionally I would have like an error while I'm flying it, like a motor speed error, and it was because some of the props would get bent. And the funny thing about it was the actual case that it came with. I got the kit, the Fly More kit, I think that's what they call it. It's a nice kit. I mean, it comes with, you got 3 extra batteries, you get your remote. I mean, I don't keep it in there, I keep it in my camera bag now, but this is what the case looks like. Pretty nice. But yeah, here's the batteries. Comes with 3. The other one's actually inside the drone. And you have your remote, and you just plug your phone into it, and this thing folds up real easy. These knobs screw off. It folds up. It's real compact, very light. This thing's under 50 grams. Or I'm sorry, 249 grams is how much it weighs. So it's under 250, which means you don't have to register it, but you still have to abide by the the FAA regulations. So, but it's great. Like to travel with, it's great. Like it's small, it's compact, but it's, you know, I was surprised. Like in heavy winds, it holds up. I would say I'm pretty confident with around like, I guess 20, maybe 22 mile an hour winds. I'm okay with, but you know, even I've been up here flying and it's been like 30 mile an hour gusts, and you know, I'll get a speed warning, and sometimes I can tell if the wind's pushing it. But for this small size of a drone, it holds its own. Takes great video, so yeah, I'm happy with it. I don't, you know, I was thinking about upgrading maybe to like a bigger drone just for like heavy wind conditions, or actually be able to fly it like in rain and stuff. Probably gonna keep this one. This is just a cover that protects the gimbal, but if you look on the gimbal, I don't know if I can focus, you can see there's actually an ND filter on the lens right there. I use these all the time. I bought this pack right here. It's a pack of 3 ND filters and 3 polarized ND filters. I'll put the link in the description below if you guys want to order some of these. Very easy to put on. They come off pretty easy. That's what they look like. Very tiny. But yeah, and this thing just folds up really easy. And that's what it looks like. I got small hands, and this drone will fit in my hands. You can actually, I've used this before. I put this in my pocket. You know, all you need is this. This, you know, comes off too. This is smaller than that when everything's put together. But this will fit in your pocket, and that'll fit in your pocket. And you know, you need your phone obviously, but technically you can just walk around with your drone in your pocket, so it's very easy to carry around. When I first found out about the problem with the props, why they were bending, I found these on Amazon. It's like almost like a rubber band, but these fit around the props and they hold the props in place, because apparently, I guess the problem with the case where the drone was sitting in, I don't know, the way the case was designed around the props, sometimes, you know, it will bend the props. That's what it was doing. But these rubber bands, they hold the props in place. Ever since I've got these, I've never had a problem with it. Never had any problems with the props. Never had to replace them. And I do believe, I think they have something similar to this, but it kind of like wraps around the whole drone. It's easier to install. I mean, these aren't too complicated to put on, but I think it's just one piece. So I think there's a different design out there. Not 100%. But yeah, pretty easy to install. Keeps the props safe. But I love that drone. The drone's awesome. I'd recommend it. You know, the Mini 2's out. That's pretty sweet as well. But this one works just fine for me. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Speaking of ND filters, you know, I have ones for my camera, my drone, and I got one for my phone. There's a company out there called Moment. They have a lot of like camera gear, also you know, for your phone or cameras. I found this right here. This is the actual, just the mount for an ND filter, but it hooks up to your phone. It's got a little screw right here, so you just, this part goes in the front of your phone, this part goes over your camera, and it doesn't come with, you can order an ND filter, but this one didn't come with one. It's the same size as the ones I have, which is a 67mm, which is awesome, which I prefer because I can use these, because I know these are top quality. So you just screw that on, bam, there you go, you got an ND filter for your phone. I can't wait to use this. I can't wait to test out my phone, because I'm going to be filming some 4K out there, and I'm definitely going to be using these ND filters. So yeah, Moment is the name of the brand. I'll leave this link down below for you guys. Before I found this, I didn't know, I was looking for an actual specific ND filter for my phone, like something that was designed for it, but I couldn't find anything. So I bought this cheap one. This thing, I think it was like $12 maybe, if that. This is what I got. It's a belly edge. I don't know, but anyway, there's a lot of these. Actually, they're quite a bit different brands that make this. It looks exactly the same. I think I saw like 5 of them that, I mean, it was probably the same company, but just named it differently, branded it differently. Yeah, this is what I got. These are supposed to be variable NDs, which they are, and they're glass, which it is glass, but there's one big problem. This ND filter, it turns way too easy. I mean, if you just shake it, the thing turns. It's too loose. I mean, you would have to constantly, you know, you couldn't be filming because the slightest movement, this thing's gonna rotate. So it's gonna get it darker or lighter, you know. So that's a big problem right there. And it just, you know, it just feels cheap. I mean, it is glass. I mean, I give it that much. It does have glass, so that's good. But other than that, don't waste your money on these cheap ones. Get the Moment. It even comes with like a nice carrying bag here. I also have this, which is just a UV protector. It's supposed to protect ultraviolet rays from your sensor, I guess. I don't think UV rays damage the sensor. I could be wrong, but I use this a lot. When I have my ND filter on, I always have this on just to protect the actual lens of my camera. But you guys might want to get one of these if you have an expensive lens that you don't want to mess up. All right, let's go to my tripod. This is actually, I got a new tripod. This one isn't it, but this is the one that I've used for a while. It's a newer. See it on the handle right there. It's a pretty solid tripod. I like these fluid heads versus the ball mounts, just because I think they hold up a lot better. The ball mounts, sometimes, you know, when you loosen it up, you know, the camera, especially if it's heavy, it'll just flip over and they don't hold up as well. I do like the fluids a lot better. But I've used this one for a while. This one's gone through a lot of abuse. If you guys are looking to get a tripod, trust me, don't get a cheap one. You know, you don't have to get an expensive one, but, you know, get something like mid-grade. I would recommend the legs on your tripod. These are much better, the ones that you just flip this out, versus the ones that you have to unscrew and then it releases. It's so much quicker. Very easy. But yeah, it's got a good grip on it. These legs, this is one problem I had with this tripod. You know, if you want it, you could spread the legs farther than this. Go that way or that far. I'll go out that far. It kind of locks in that position. But sometimes these things get loose, these screws, so it flops around. Or, you know, if you tighten them up, you know, they're hard to pull out, and it's hard to get them consistent. You know, you get them consistent, but after a couple times, you know, picking the tripod up, moving it, they tend to get loose again. This centerpiece right here also goes up and down, and this is, you tighten it right here. The biggest problem I had with this tripod is, if you see this screw right here, there used to be like a plastic knob. There's actually 2 of these that, yeah, right here. This one's actually broken, but there was one that was on here, and this one actually came loose. And this is how you tighten your bracket that goes on the bottom of your camera. And this is a pain. This drove me crazy, because these things, they're not very well made and they break all the time. So you can't, you know, every time you go to tighten it, it just slips. So that was getting annoying. So I upgraded my tripod. It's actually, I'm using it right now with the camera's on, so I will show you that later. But yeah, the swivel's kind of cool. I like the swivel if you want to, you know, do some pan shots or whatever. And it's pretty lightweight. I mean, I think they do make one that's fiber optic. What am I talking about? Carbon fiber. It's carbon fiber. It's a lot more expensive, of course, but it's a lot lighter. This one, it's not the lightest, but there is an advantage to having a heavier tripod, especially on windy days. You don't have to worry about your camera blowing over. And especially with these fluid heads, they're more solid. They are heavier too, versus the ball mount. it's gonna be, it's gonna be more stable. Definitely feel safer with this on there. And this arm too comes off. I usually have it off. Let's look at the gimbal. This thing's a beast. I got a Zhiyun, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Crane 2S. This thing is a beast. This thing's awesome. Very stable. Battery life's actually really good on this thing. I was surprised. It lasted me all day out there, no problem. Probably used it for probably at least good about 4 hours. I turn it off occasionally, but I would have it running most of the time. It was fine. It lasted fine. And this Crane 2S, this thing will hold a big camera. It'll hold like a Blackmagic pocket cam. I think it holds up to 12 pounds. I don't know, 12 pounds I think. Probably even more than that. But it'll hold as long. And it's got room. It's got a lot of room. That's what I got in this one. The other gimbals I looked at, with all I got with my camera, all the accessories on it, I needed something that would have some room to it. And this has it. And it's got the weight, handles it no problem. Very easy to use. There's 3 batteries in the handle. This unscrews. So they're very easy to change out. Got 3 batteries in there. These are not the original batteries. These are 3,000 milliamps. The original ones, I have them somewhere. I don't know the actual milliamps. I think the original ones were like 2,500 or 2,700. So I got these so that they last a little bit longer, and of course they're cheaper than the other ones. These are Power Best. Comes with like a charging kit. Comes with 3 of them. I like this over the DJI one. The DJI gimbal. That's kind of similar to this. This is one of the reasons because of the battery. I think the DJI battery has kind of like a built-in battery almost. I mean, you can replace it or upgrade it, but you have to get it through DJI. I don't think there's like an aftermarket battery you can get, unlike this one. And another huge factor on this one versus the DJI gimbal is the locking mechanism. These little switches right here locks all the axes. That's locked. There's a switch on here. That's locked. And then there's a switch on this one. That's locked. Look at that. Look how compact that is. Easy to, put up, put away. It comes with, I don't have the case. The case actually looks like similar to this, but it's like long. I just usually hang this on my backpack for my camera bag, or just set it in the car. I mean, it's stable. I don't have to worry about these arms moving around, and this thing comes off pretty easy too. So when you mount your camera on it, this piece right here comes right out, and then when you mount it back, so if you can mount another bracket to it. For instance, like if you're going from tripod to gimbal, you just have your other bracket mounted on a tripod, and then when you're done, if you want to go back to the gimbal, instead of having to take it off the bracket and put another bracket on, and then, of course, trying to balance it, it's already balanced, and you just slide it in place. It's good to go. Very convenient. The only downside of this thing, it is heavy, very heavy. Let's see, compared to, it's a little bit heavier than this tripod, but it's, it's got these legs right here, the tripod legs, fold out, pretty convenient, bam, and then you can use it as a handle. Now it didn't come with this, I bought this separately, this handle right here, which just makes it a little more easier. And it's got all kinds of modes. It's got follow mode, point of view mode. It's got all the modes that the gimbals have. There's tons of reviews on this on YouTube if you guys want to check it out, what it does. It's top quality. I'd recommend it. All right, moving on. Okay, this is a stabilizer that I got shortly after I got my camera. I haven't got a chance to really use this a lot. Just the fact that you have to have pretty much 2 hands to use it, but this thing is incredibly stable. It's more stable than a gimbal. It works pretty much with gravity. It's got these weights on the bottom, and these weights, depending on, there's a certain way you have to balance these. They come off, unscrew. Oops, lost that one. So depending on, you know, like how heavy your camera is, and then this also goes up and down. So that's, you use the weights and the length of this to balance your camera. And how it works is, your camera's on top, you hold it with this right here, you just kind of, pretty much you just put your fingers on it, kind of to turn it. And there's a special walk that you can do to, you know, help out the stabilization. You kind of walk on your heels, and then you keep your elbows in. You know, there's definitely a technique. There's to how to use these really well, but like I said, they're incredibly stable, but fortunately you need like 2 hands to work these things. So that's why I haven't really used this too often. Yeah, this thing's solid. No batteries. It's all, you know, pretty much mechanical and gravity. So kind of a pretty nice bag. What's cool, there's a different kind of stabilizers out there, but this one, I like the fact that this one had the tripods, or the tripod kind of on the bottom. That way if you need to set it down, it's just easier to set down. You don't have to worry about it falling over. Also, it comes with this piece right here. Apparently it goes kind of underneath your arm. It hooks to this. Just makes it easier to hold, because it does get heavy. Like if you're holding it like this, and this piece right here, you know, kind of, it'll stabilize it. I think it kind of goes like that. So it just helps your arm out, but it's a nice feature that it does come with. Okay, moving on. This is actually a product I just picked up, and this is a small rig all-in-one video kit, and pretty much your phone goes inside there, and then it's got a bracket here for your power bank. It's a solid cage, so it's kind of like almost similar to the cage I have on my Canon M50. You can mount anything you want to it. A light, a microphone, external monitor. It's got these grips too. They come off. You can move these around. You can actually move them like this. So if you want to film vertically. It's got this nice tripod here that easily folds down. So you can use that as a handle. Pretty nice. Did an unboxing of this, so check that out. I'll put the video up here or in the link down in the description below if you guys want to look at this further and see what the kit comes with. Alright, so some of this other stuff's just kind of like stuff I just got with kits, or just stuff I just picked up because I saw it and I was like, oh, that's cool. Check out this. It's a big suction cup. You know, you can mount your phone to it, or you can mount a GoPro or a small camera. You can take this off and replace it with like another type of bracket. But yeah, it's got the suction right here. Just put it on your car, you know, or a window or whatever. I thought that was pretty cool. I haven't used this yet, but I'm sure, you know, I'll probably find a way to use this eventually. They do have, I think they have some that have like multiple suction cups as well. I guess if you had bigger cameras, I think they got one that's got like 2 of these big bad boys. This, I can't remember if I got this with when I bought the Canon M50, or I bought this separate. I might have bought this separate. But this is an adapter for your lens. So if you want to mount an EF mount Canon lens to your Canon M50, you can. All you need is this adapter right here, and it just, this part just goes right on your camera, and then the EF mounts on there. But that is an option. When you have the Canon M50, you're not just limited to the EF-M lenses. You can also do the EF lenses. And actually, I think there's other adapters too for just a wide range of different types of lenses out there. And I got these. These definitely came with the kit, I believe. These are just, you know, cheap lenses that you put on the actual outside of your lens. This is a telephoto converter. Yeah. I don't know what I've never used these, but it screws onto the end of your actual kit lens. And then it came with this one, which I think this one's a wide lens. Yeah, this is wide angle converter. Macro. I mean, oh, there we go. Okay, I can see. But you probably, I'm sure, you know, it's pretty cool, I guess. I'd probably use this more than anything, more than the other one, but I'm sure you'd probably get some kind of fisheye distortion too. Maybe not, I don't know. Like I said, I've never tested these out, never used them. I also picked up this light right here I'm actually using. Pretty cool. Got this pretty cheap, I think on Amazon. It's like 30 bucks, but long battery life. This thing is super bright. Right now that's at 41%. That's at 100. That's at 4,000 Kelvin. You can change the, you know, if you want it warmer or cooler, you can change that manually. It's 9,000 Kelvin. Also, it does other cool things. See, it's got, ooh, purple. Yeah, I guess it changes colors. Just realized that. Yeah. So if you wanted like actual color light, it does that. And it's got like a blue flash. That's kind of cool if you want to scare somebody. Pull up like you're at the cops. Yeah, it just plugs it. To charge it up, it just takes a regular Type-C cable to charge it. Charges up pretty quick, and the battery lasts a while, and it's bright. It is super bright. See, look at that. Look how bright that is. Came with this, which is like a little extension pole if you need it. But I mean, you can mount other stuff to it. But it came with this kit. This little piece right here. This will mount to your cold shoe mount on your phone. It's very easy to mount. And then this too. Mount. I say phone. This will mount to your camera on your cold shoe. Your camera. This one will mount on your actual phone. If you want to hook up a light on your phone, it's got that. And then it also this tripod came with that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool package. Because I mean, I like that because I can use these, you know, these different tripods and mounts for other things, you know, besides the light. What else? What else? What else? Do I have anything else that I didn't show you guys? No, wait. I didn't show you my actual camera bag. Sorry, guys. All right, this is a bag, cheap bag. I got from Amazon. I mean, not cheap, but you know. Cheaper than a lot of bags you can get, but it's got this kind of hard cover on it. It's flexible, but it's solid. I like that factor of it, very much so. Inside, you got these inserts. They're, you know, foam. You can move these around the way you want it. Sometimes it gets annoying if you don't have enough in here to like fill it up because, you know, it'll start sliding, moving around. But I do like the fact that you can move them around. You can organize them the way you want it because I got, you know, my camera's got a certain area in here that I can kind of configure. I put my drone in here, Mavic Mini fits in here, my remotes, my battery banks, everything pretty much goes in here in this bag and fit. Not everything I showed you, but the stuff I usually take with me when I go film. So that's pretty nice. It's got a couple pockets right here. Got some extra cords I store right here. Up here is another pocket. Got some golf carts in here. Got a lighter. So it's got two big storage pockets in here. Another cool feature on this bag, well, it's got a little side pocket right here. Not very big, but there's your pocket. But it folds down, it's got Velcro. There's a little slot right there. There's a hook up here. So you can mount your tripod right here, which is very cool. Actually, my gimbal fits like perfect in this spot right here. So I don't have to carry this and my gimbal or this and my tripod. I just put it in this slot and it's very easy to carry. And it's, you know, it's heavily padded. And on this side, you got another pocket over here. Oh, look at that, another lighter. Can't have enough of them, right? Yeah, very happy with this bag. Had it for a while. It's taken some abuse. I'd recommend this. Okay, here's a tripod I just got recently. It's a Kingjoy tripod. It's got a fluid head. It's very nice, very smooth. The top piece right here, it's got a quick release mount, which I love. Very easy to take off your camera. Bam, just flip it, and then it should pop right back in. Bam, it's right back in. It's locked and loaded, good to go. This handle's sturdy too. It goes actually this piece right here. Usually I don't, you know, I would take these off, but this bar goes all the way through, so it's solid. You can actually probably pick it up with a camera on it and not have to worry about it falling off and breaking. This, it goes up and down very smoothly. Crank right here. You loosen it. Look at that. There's no weight on it. Try to do this with one hand. There we go. See? Pretty cool. easy way to get it up and down if you just need like, you know, a couple more feet or without having to, you know, adjust the legs. I like this part too on the leg lock. This thing is awesome because you just pick it up, set it down. I do that a lot when I film. But this, you know, I already know all three legs are locked, so I don't have to worry about this thing falling over. It's got these clamps on it. So yeah, just undo it. And very fast to get the legs lengthened or shortened on this. You know, if you need a bag, it comes with it. And there's where all the magic happens. That's my setup over there. It's my little office. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's some other stuff, you know, wires, and I'm sure I got like just random stuff for cameras just laying around, but I'm not going to go through that with you guys. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions about any of the gear that I showed you guys, don't hesitate. Leave me a comment below. I'll promise you guys I'll get back to you. If you enjoyed the video, please smash that like button. It really helps my channel out. Also, if you all are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you guys will be updated on any new content that I release. Also, I'm going to be doing a first impressions on this Xperia 1 Mark III phone. Don't miss that. This phone has got some incredible features you guys got to check out. And besides that, I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.